what I mean? You keep it on the wraps until it could grow enough to the point where it's like, who gives a fuck, you know? So let's just hop into it, my dude. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the AO Chill podcast. It's June in Jersey, and y'all already know I got another guest for you today. He is what I've seen on your Instagram, actor, rapper, songwriter, you know what I mean, hard worker. So I'm gonna start talking.
Yeah,
my boy, take a couple seconds, minutes, let the people know who you are.
I was rocking with the little introduction. I didn't want to stop you. It's your boy JD Paradox, aka TRIH Try, aka Joe, aka your grandmother's favorite sugar baby. We out here. Stop playing. How y'all doing? We on the AO Chill podcast. My boy Beto. How you doing, brother? It's
I'm good, bro. Thank you for
here.
asking, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, bro. Of course. You know, I've seen you within, like, you know, the interwebs of, you know, people who follow you, friends who I have that follow you, and just kind of keeping up. And, you know, I think it's important to reach out to every single Jersey artist or anybody who's really just trying to make it out here with art, dude.
That. Same
so
here.
Why don't we just start off with, tell me where you're from.
Patterson, New Jersey. You ever heard of it? You know, Lean on Me, Fetty Wap, Patterson, yeah, Silk City, all that fun stuff. Yeah, a little city, you might have heard of it. It is what it is. I mean, people give us the little bad rep of being the hood and ghetto and all that, but I mean, all places have their bad places, but it's not as bad as it seems. Sometimes it could be, but you just gotta know where to go. But yeah, Patterson, New Jersey.
Hell yeah. And do me a favor, dude. It's funny. With everybody, especially with June in Jersey, I always have them to describe the city that they're from. So could you describe Patterson for me?
Patterson is wonderful, I ain't gonna lie, in the historical aspect when it comes to Jersey. Like, they had the Great Falls, which at the time was like how they powered a lot of things when we first had the mills and all the factories and stuff. It is what it is. Like I said, there's a lot of beautiful spots. You got Great Falls, you got Garrett Mountain, but you know, it also, it is what it is. I don't want to give it the look. Yeah, exactly. You know, a lot of bullshit. Word. I'm not gonna hold you. Patterson could be a really great town. It is what it is. You know, sometimes people just gotta get that other stuff out their head and stuff. But I mean, I like it. I can't complain. I like it's my hometown. I've grown up there my whole life. It's very convenient. You can find a lot of things very conveniently. So I don't know. We're doing a lot of rebranding as a city. We're doing a lot of good things. We've been in a lot of movies and stuff.
Yeah, you know, funny enough, it's funny that you bring that up. I actually realized, what's his name? Not Jordan Peterson, Jesus Christ. The guy, do you fuck with Star Wars at all?
Oh, Adam Driver.
Adam Driver. Yeah, he was in that movie.
Patterson.
It was literally called
he
Patterson.
Was a bus driver in Patterson. And that was the whole movie. He was a poet and shit, writing by Great Falls.
Yeah, and it was strange though. You know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily feel like that movie represented Patterson. You know what I mean?
More like Lean on Me. Lean on Me is a good one, kind of. You remember that part in Lean on Me where the principal got the little 15-year-old boy? He's like, "You want to smoke crack, right? Jump off the roof. You want to kill yourself?" That shit was funny as hell, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but, seeing that shit, I'd be like, yeah, you know what I mean?
No, yeah. Everybody that I know, that I meet from, you know, working on the cruise or whatever, like, they don't know what Patterson is in New Jersey until I say, like, oh, Lean on Me. And they'll be like, oh, that school was in Jersey? Like, yeah, that's the East Side, bro. Like, she was crazy.
Yeah, no, shit is absolutely wild, you know, and it's crazy too because the real story behind that and the principal who just wanted to create a better life and a better place for these kids to learn, you know,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know, like I said, Patterson's a city that's easy to fall in love with, but also easy to hate.
Yeah.
Real quick.
It's one or the other, bro. You either really like, I mean, I wouldn't even say that because it don't matter where you're from. As long as you're growing up in a place for so long, you'll want to leave eventually, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter where you come from. But I also do notice that when I leave for a long time, I low-key be missing home.
Hell yeah.
Kinda, like, you feel me? There's no place like home.
No, I definitely feel that, bro. I feel that 100%, bro. 'Cause honestly, like I said, I was born in Patterson. I didn't get to really grow up in Patterson, right? But like I always had like a close connection with like, you know, like Little Lima, all my Peruvians always being there. You know, my family's from there. You know, every single immigrant I know from around here is like, where'd you start?
Patterson, my boy. You'd be very surprised how many people know about Patterson when they come from. I went to Miami, met somebody who came from Patterson, my Airbnb.
Yo, that's so funny too, bro. Cause I was actually I was waiting in line for a club in Miami when I was in Wynwood, right? I'm waiting in line, and we're just talking, and these guys in front of us, and then I had to Patterson, and he's like, Patterson? I was like, yeah. He's like, you from there? I was like, yo, I'm from Little Falls now, but like, you know, I was born in Patterson, man. I love the city. And he's like, dude, my cousin's from Patterson. I was like, that's great. He's like, yo, you want to buy some weed? I was like, perfect.
Very convenient.
I was like, damn. I was like, now I could trust you, bro.
Yeah.
And it's
now
crazy.
we're doing illegal shit together. We'll both go down.
And of course, right? Of course. But yeah, dude, I think Patterson's, it's a crazy back and forth, but there are a lot of things that are on the come up in and around Patterson.
100. I do feel like we're going through our own little renaissance the same way Harlem went through their renaissance, but it's just a matter of everybody.
For sure. Why don't we... We'll continue with you. I have a lot of things to say. I'm sure you have a lot of input as well.
All right.
So tell me about your journey into getting into, like, what did you do growing up? Like, how did you get started with all this music and acting stuff?
Okay. So as a kid, I always wanted to be an actor. Like, I knew that since middle school at the jump. Everything, even now, has just been a problem of knowing the right people, you know what I mean, and networking. Because I know for a fact once you get the audience and all that stuff, everything else comes easier, whether it's good or bad, you know what I mean? Publicity, all that stuff. So wanted to be an actor since a kid. The first step I decided to take was go to high school for it, because I got accepted to PCTI before I even got accepted into Rosa Parks, which is like the performing arts high school in Patterson. So I figured it'd look way better on my resume to do a performing arts high school as opposed to a technical institute with that degree or whatever you want to call it, shop being that. So I did that. I went to the performing arts high school. Every year we would have competitions. I would win, like, place in competitions, whether it be like first, second, third. Like, I don't know, I got the senior scholarship my last year. Like, things are going good. And then I went to college, tried to do it for acting as well. And it wasn't really what I was expecting. It was kind of very similar to high school, which upset me because, you know, you're paying more money in college. Well, you're paying more money than in college or high school, you know what I mean? Like, you're paying a lot more. So for the things to be similar to high school or even like worse was not it for me. So I just wanted to start my career, find an agent, got the movie role that I got. That's on Amazon right now. And here we are. We're just working and trying to do our thing. Music came in like since high school and stuff. Like, I always wanted to make music as well. Not always wanted to make music, but I was already making music. It just wasn't nothing serious. Then my boy, his name's Brian. Rest in peace to BB Chopper, no cap. I'll talk about that if you want to. But he started making music first, and when he started making music, it was like, all right, we could do this seriously now too. Like, let me try to do it serious. And then I just fell in love with like creating something. You know what I mean? Because it's very different from acting when you're making music. Like, I've done performances, seeing people wild out to my stuff. Like, that's my stuff. You know what I mean? It's not something that somebody wrote for me or something like that. It's on me. So I like.
For sure. So why don't we take it a step back here then? I got a couple questions for, so middle school, you started realizing that you want to be an actor, right? So, you know, I don't think a lot of people realize that Patterson actually has the performing arts high school, Rosa Parks.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe Rosa Parks and kind of how it works a little bit?
Rosa Parks was, I ain't gonna lie, for what it was, Rosa Parks was very good. They always managed to pull off everything really good. Like, we never really had a budget like that, but we really put on a show for real. Like, there was a couple of times where I'd done a show where I played this British kid who was who had autism and stuff, right? And I did the show. I'm the lead. I'm walking my dog. I think it's like 3 days after. One of the guys go, "Hey, you were in that show, right? You were the little kid. Like, yo, you did a good ass job, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "All right, Patterson. Like, let me know y'all actually fucking with this type of shit." So Rosa Parks actually did what they had to do sometimes. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I said, we did always like win a competition for the drama majors. The dance majors was always doing something. Writing majors was always winning something. Like, we actually, I don't want to call it a hole in the wall because it's not. Like, it was a lot of beautiful stuff that happened there. But like I said, we just never really had the budget. It is Patterson. It is what it is. I keep saying that it is what it is because it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you just can't help it sometimes. But word, I wouldn't fault Rosa Parks for nothing. They actually, there's stuff that I learned from there that I take with me every day now. Like, making, I don't want to say something out of nothing, but for real, like, when you have nothing, you got to, you know, turn it into something for real if you want to put on a really good show or do everything that you want to do right. Like,
no, for sure. No, big shout outs to Rosa Parks because I only found out about them when I was studying in William Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
They had come, the whole choir had come to William Patterson to perform. I forgot what song they were performing, but they were doing some showcase or whatever at William Patterson. I saw them, man, and like the talent there, bro. Like I had no idea.
Let's not forget, since we talking to vocal majors, I don't know if you ever seen that little viral video of the wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Like that was Rosa Parks' girls. Like those the vocal majors and stuff.
Do you know her?
Yeah, Brianna Perez. Shout out Brianna.
She's one of my best friend's girlfriend.
Copy. I don't like know her nor like that. She was like 2 grades above me, but like I know her and my cousin was really good friends.
No, dude, I know her like
that. That's crazy, but yeah,
she's dope.
So
bro.
we talking about like viral, baby. Oh god,
that shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that shit was tough.
That's just tough, and it's crazy because I feel like some places they get their little viral moments
and they don't capitalize,
and then they never capitalize, or like it's never really talking about again, or like things don't come up. But bro, let me tell you, man, like there's this talent and there's this vibe recently, like exactly what you were saying before. I think like this generation is gonna do something different.
I can feel it.
I could feel it too, bro. And I think a lot of the artists around here and people who are really trying to come up could feel it too. But it's like the whole point of this June in Jersey podcast was like, all right, are we gonna do this in Jersey, or are we just gonna leave and do it somewhere else? And I think that's kind of the crossroads where a lot of people come at.
A lot of people believe that we got to go to New York just to do a lot of the stuff that we could do here. Which shout out to all my people at American Meta. I don't know if you're aware who they are. But
yeah, I've heard of American Meta. I've heard of American Meta.
A couple of my people from high school, Rosa Parks, good friends, started that up, and they're doing exactly that. They're trying to bring a lot of people together in Jersey to show y'all that we don't got to go all the way anywhere else. Like we got a lot of talent here. We could still stay here and do everything we got to do. But yeah, shout out American Meta. Yeah, so we'll see. Like Jersey's definitely on the something's bubbling.
Yo, listen. I've actually, it's funny. This is not the first time I've talked about American Meta on the podcast before, and it's funny. There's a lot of people I've been talking to who've been talking about American Meta. So whenever you guys wanna talk,
we'll see.
Let's get something cracking.
There's 3
bro.
of them, so you might need to get a couple more mics in here. But
yeah, dude. So. Yeah, like I was saying, with Rosa Parks, it's just crazy the amount of talent that is actually happening there as well. And when you look at them, and I wouldn't say their rival is PCTI, but
I mean, there wasn't any other school making waves like that besides PCTI. Like I know PCTI was the only other high school from Jersey that I see a competition, which is why I'm saying, you feel me? I knew I made the right choice going to Rosa Parks because we was winning, baby. I think they only got like a musical theater thing. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but it ain't what it is. Like I said, ain't no shade or whatever, but we was making something from nothing. Like, you know what I mean?
So talk to me a little bit about your like first acting shows that you did. Like what were like some of the first shows that you did? Yeah.
Nah, it's like nah.
Susuko, right?
Yeah, Susuko. Oh God, it was a Susuko. Oh God. And then we did a couple other things like fences and all that stuff. I played Shingle and something called Lil Ham, but like it wasn't nothing like profound. Like I ain't gonna lie, there was this one Christian girls school that needed guys because it was all girls school and they was doing High School Musical, and that was my first musical theater thing. But like I was like, fuck it, let's get right with these little Catholic girls. Like, you know what I mean? So we did it. And you know what I mean? It was very fun, a very fun time. I don't regret it. We out here was looking a little crazy during the routines and shit, but you feel me? Once you try and get that bag in the future, you gotta sing a little bit, dance a little bit sometimes, you know what I mean? So let's see. But yeah, it was really cool. Can't hold you. Yeah.
You know, it's funny because what I'm trying to get to at is I grew up with theater too, and funny enough, I did some straight plays, I did some musicals, I did Legally Blonde, I did Wizard of Oz.
Never. Yeah. I want to. That was also. You know what I just seen when I was on the cruise ship? That I was like, oh God, I'm so glad I'm not doing theater anymore. Cats. Oh my God, no, Cats was ass.
Cats is wild.
Cats was ass.
I don't know if I could do Cats. Bro. Cats is definitely something.
No bullshit. They had this whole scene. It's 6 minutes. The Cats out here on stage like is looking at your music playing. They not singing or nothing. So what the fuck is this, bro?
Bro, it takes a certain because I know for a fact now. All right. Now that we talk about this, I know for a fact, and you cannot deny this, bro. You have to have some theater kid in you, right? Definitely, for sure.
For a little bit. We like little theater kids, you know what I mean?
Because we all go through that phase, especially in high school, bro. I mean, like, damn, bro. Like, I went through my theater kid phase, bro.
I like that everybody's just like, all right, let's admit it type shit. Like, nah,
you know what I mean? Because, like,
Wicked's tough.
You know, I be talking about, like, you know, like, you know, I have hip hop artists here. I have every kind of person out here, you know, on the podcast. And it's always fun when you have somebody theater, like, you know, because it's just like, you know, how
the grind is. You don't know nothing like that set design nigga boy trying to tell him.
And then, like, you know, committing to a role too, even if it's mad cheesy. And, you know, kind of just like, in the theater world, bro, it's something different, bro.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I don't know what your experience was like in high school with theater, but all I know is that all the theater kids that I went to school with were horny as fuck, like, all the time, bro. There's nobody like theater kids who got horny.
You remember how he was just like, there's some things we're not going to talk about. It's like, nah, we're chilling. But yeah, I mean, you got it on that one. I mean, you know, it's a crazy time going through high school. You got a lot of hormones and stuff. Your body's going through changes. So, nah, I'm kidding. But once you're really in that role and you finally, especially in the theater world where they like showing you like, you know, be free and all that extra shit, like, it's just a very fun time if you're around the right people. Like, for real, it was a good time. I enjoyed it very much. I ain't gonna lie.
There's a huge family aspect to it, too.
Exactly,
you know?
too. Like, we're all in this together type shit. When the show is ending, like, you're like, fuck, I'm not gonna see these people like that anymore. Depending, like, that's how it was for the one school. But, like, my school usually was just like, damn, like, now we're gonna do something else. But, like, this shit was cool. But, like how you said, it's very family-like. And the only reason why I prefer like doing movies and TV as opposed to theater is just because, like how you said, you gotta keep that same energy each time. You know what I mean? You can't be feeling like a little groggy and do the character if that character's supposed to be a certain way, and there's no mess up either. It's all live, so if you fuck up, you better make a good ass improv to cover that fuck up, like, because you can just be like, all right, cut, let's take it again. Like, nah, it's all there. So it was very cool. And I'm glad that I got that experience young as opposed to doing it now. Because even when I do, like, performances and, like, singing on stage and shit, I low-key be forgetting sometimes that, like, yo, I've done this before. Like, perform for a whole group of people. But, like, if you were just to do that to somebody who's, like, 30 years old, never do that, sometimes they wouldn't be, like, looking at the floor and shit. Like, you feel me, real nervous. So it all comes to hand with what we want to do. And that's why I like doing both, because I know that one gonna pop, the other one gonna pop. Something gonna cross, you feel me, on some Drake type shit, like one or the other, like a Renaissance man type thing. But yeah,
nah, for sure,
it's all
bro.
fun.
So tell me how life was after high school. So you just graduate. What are your plans?
I was going to college, like I said. I went to, should I say like the name? I don't want to give them a bad reputation. I went to MSU, you know what I mean, Montclair State Redhawks. Like I said, I was doing the theater program. Didn't really enjoy it at the time. I was working too, so I was working at Blaze Pizza at Willowbrook Mall. You heard of it? Blaze Pizza. It's like
what years you worked
Subway
there?
for pizza. 17 to 18, 19 maybe. 17 to 18 for sure.
Dude, I was there like at the same time, dude.
You sure?
I was working at Cinnabon, bro.
Oh, Cinnabon, okay.
Dude, I was a manager there for like 4 years.
Maybe if you pull up to Blaze,
I
probably would
was
have
pulling
seen
up
me.
at Blaze
You
all
know
the
Uriel?
time. I don't know Uriel.
He was like a little bigger guy too. He looked a little chinito. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you know Chris? Like Winter Break? He used to be known as XL.
I ain't gonna lie. I am aware of him. I know his shawty Naya, because I done a studio session with her. And I feel like I might have said hello to him because I believe we follow each other. I'm not sure, but I definitely know of him. I know he just did that thing with Pierre, right?
Yeah.
That little Pepsi thing. Shout out to
his,
my
his,
boy.
his,
Shout out Jersey, man.
Yeah, dude. His podcast. I just did a podcast with him. It came out yesterday.
I saw it, and you said you worked at Cinnabon with him. Yeah, I saw a little
dude.
bit pieces of it. Where
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Yeah, dude. I was working at Cinnabon for a while. I've definitely seen you then. We've definitely been around each other.
Maybe. That's crazy. Yeah, this
Yeah,
world's
dude,
small like
world.
that. Yeah, come
Small
on.
world, bro.
Shout out Jersey, we live. But yeah, so college, I was at school or I was at work, and then, you know, school wasn't cutting it for me. Everything that I was paying for was coming out of my check at that point, like Ubers to go to school, paying for school. So I wasn't really making money like that, which was also like making me upset. So I said, you know what? I don't need school like this to do my career. Let me just start it. So then I went to find an agency. I got the agent because of my resume from Rosa Parks. You know what I mean? It was very stacked.
So go into depth about that though. Like, how was it like trying to get an agent? Because like this is
very
kinda
hard. It's hard to this day too. Right now, I'm looking in the process of getting another manager because my last one that was with the contract, you know, COVID and all that. Nothing was really moving for a second, so they made a premature choice and shut down. But now they're open again. But I'm not really trying to rock with them. But it is what it is, and let's not expose anybody, but the
No, you
agency
Gucci.
choices, because they're all like together too. You know what I mean? Like there's only like 8 major markets when it comes to that type of industry. When it comes to film, at least, so everybody knows everybody if you're somebody type shit. But it's very, what's the word? I don't want to like have a big pause. It's very, I'll just say hard. Like it's not OD hard, but like you need to pick the right ones. You know what I mean? You need to make sure that the people that you're signing up with give you opportunities the way that you want them. A lot of them aren't really good. Like, you feel me? I'm trying to get with this one agency. I was trying to get with this one agency. There's co-partners, right? One of them is on time, working with me well, says that she would let's set up a meeting. We have the meeting. It's all good. She said, I'm going to pass you to my partner. He's going to get a script for you. You have a meeting with him, and then after that, we'll talk. We're all good. Other guy slacking. I haven't talked to him in, like, 2 weeks type stuff, hitting him up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's very annoying in that way. But the first management that I had, the way that it worked was I just sent them the resume, sent them a headshot. We spoke on the phone. They started sending me auditions. I spoke with the CEO, I guess you would say, on the phone one time. And then I would start getting audition self-tapes, which is like you record yourself right here, send it to the people. But I never had an in-person audition. And I was telling them, like, yo, I would love an in-person audition because I know for a fact, like, when they see me in person, they'll be like, okay, like, he could be, what's the word? Damn, I'm kind of freezing up right now. He could be adaptable. There we go. Like, very, I don't know how to explain. I'm going to stop trying to use these big ass words. They were versatile. There we go. God damn. Versatile, adaptable, you know what I mean? Manageable. So, anyway, I had my first audition in person, and I got it. It was for the movie that I did called About a Teacher. It's kind of like Lean on Me, but in New York. And then literally that's the first time that I talked to the CEO again. Like, you feel me? Usually it was just her assistants and stuff. As soon as I got the role, Joseph, oh my gosh, I'd like to congratulate you. So we're getting all the information now. I just want to say thank you so much. Blah, blah, blah. You're doing great work. We also have an audition tomorrow for Netflix. If you're interested, it's one of the movies coming out. We could send you the information now. I'm like, I bet. Shit, Netflix, baby. Now that's a bag. Let's get right. So then the next day, I had the Netflix audition. It's for a movie at the time. It was called Central Park 5. And then it ended up coming out. It was called When They See Us. So I did good. 3 days after that audition, I get a call back. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, this shit is moving fast. Like, everything really happened. I'm a big fan of law of attraction, you know what I mean? And all that shit, like manifestation and all that. If you truly believe something, the universe will stop at nothing to help you achieve that. That's also something I learned in one of my favorite books, The Alchemist. So everything was moving really fast, and I was like, wow, like, this is really it. This is happening. The casting director of that Netflix movie or series was Ava DuVernay, or DuVernay. I don't want to pronounce her name wrong, but I know it's Ava. So she did Wrinkle in Time with Oprah the year before, and I was like, wow, like, that's cool. I followed her, and then she was doing an audition for the callback the second time, and I saw her in person, and I started cheesing. Like, I really couldn't. I was like, yo, I did this shit. Like, you feel me? I'm here because I'm Memphis, whatever. And I'm supposed to play like a little street rat, whatever. And I'm doing good. I see in the corner of my eye that she fucking with it. So then I start cheesing. And she was like, you got a really nice smile. Could you read for one of the other characters? And as soon as she said that, I was like, no, like, damn. And I kind of balled up that audition. But it is what it is. That was my first year trying, you feel me? So for me to get the one role and already be in the Netflix, like, you know what I mean, get the call back and all that, I really thought, like, wow, that's great for a first time. But you feel me? Now it's just a matter of keeping the auditions coming, which is why we go back to the second part of getting into management. And like how you said, how that process is, it's not impossible. It's just very consuming. Yeah. There we go, time consuming, because you need to figure out the right one once you find it, and then you work from there. Everything is work when you're in this type of industry.
So tell me a little bit about how, because that's crazy. So mid-college, or I guess was this your first year or your second year?
Of what, college? First year?
First year, yeah. When you decided to do this audition shit?
I dropped out of college like after the second semester, bro, the first year.
Nah, that's cool, bro. Because I honestly don't think college is meant for everybody.
It just depends. It really depends on
what your goals
are.
is. Yeah, for sure. Because even me, dude, like my last year of college, like I deadass was like, it would have been stupid of me to really drop out because I had like 6 credits left to finish. But it was like the hardest classes of like, you know, the whole shit. But by my last year of college, I was already doing everything I wanted to do business wise. So I was like, damn, like, do I really even need this degree? Like, what the fuck am I gonna finish this for? Everybody already hired me
It's
doing
nice
what
to
I
have,
want.
though.
Yeah, it's nice to have. Yeah.
And then I ain't gonna lie, I do feel like a certain amount of people go to college just to, you know, fulfill that, you know, first person in the family graduated from college stuff. And I do feel bad for the people that only go to college for that, because I know it's very stressful, and I know you've got a lot of weight on your shoulders, because they probably had the type of parents that's like, you need a degree, you need to. Thank God my mom was like, you know, I love my mom. Shout out to my mother. We always doing it for her, but she was very understanding the fact that, you know, especially with what I wanted to do, a degree is not needed as long as I'm not doing anything. You know what I mean? Like, not doing nothing is what I meant to say. But yeah, like I said, I know there's a couple people who want to be the first generation to do something. And shout out to all my people that's doing it. Like my cousin, you know, she did it for us type shit. So it is what it is. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to my graduates. I'm not going to say that school is bad, but like I said before, it's not for everybody, you know what I mean? But if you need to do it, do it to your best, and keep grinding out there. It's going to work out for you, I promise.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'll fuck with the heavy. By the way, what's your background like? What's your ethnicity?
I'm a mutt. I ain't gonna lie. We may have to do one of them little Ancestry.com things, but I know for a fact my mother's Puerto Rican and my father is half black and half Brazilian, Dominican, one of them. That's why I need to. I don't know what the Spanish part of his, but I know he's black and something. So, yeah, I'm a mutt.
Well,
I get a lot of, are you Arabian, Egyptian, and stuff like that? I don't know. Let's find out. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Maybe I'm a little everything. Let's find out.
That's dope, though. So when you're going for roles, you'd be like, I'm ambiguous.
Yeah, exactly.
I can act however you want me to
do
act.
it. Oh, baby, I could do everything. What up, baby? Hi, I mean, you know what I mean? Talk to my boy Jack and get you right. Amen.
So talk to me a little bit about your methods behind acting. Like, did you, when in high school, did they teach you like a certain type of acting? Because I know there's like Meisner, Stella Adler, you know, you talk about like that type of acting. There's method acting, you know, or do
we learned about the different kinds. Like, there was different types of acting that we would go through when it was in history of acting or whatever, like Commedia dell'arte, which was like back in Italy or whatever time there was, Renaissance, one of them, where it's like it wasn't even acting, they would just put on different masks and then be different characters, you feel me? So different postures and all that stuff. But yeah, we learned a little bit of everything, like Meisner, like how you were saying, method acting for sure. There's something with an L, I forgot what his name is, something like that. I don't know if it was Russian or something. But we practiced whatever we could, but majority of the time it was just straight, like, you feel me? We like to go for more modern stuff, like Lance Stevenson and stuff like that. But the techniques that we learned was, we spent like maybe a good 2 months on each topic before we would change. So it was a little bit of everything. It wasn't nothing in depth. But it was pretty much like the basics, kind of like little 2 lessons from each, maybe.
So walk me through that audition that you took for getting into that movie.
Oh, the
like,
first one?
Yeah, like how did it go, and like what went, like how did it go, and like what went right with it?
The blessing about the first movie was, like I said, it was like Lean on Me, but in New York. So my character was a high schooler, and I'm already in college, so it wasn't that hard to be like, let me try to be a high schooler. The thing about it is my character was also a high school dropout. Well, he didn't drop out yet, but he does in the movie. Sorry to spoil it, but the shit came out. Y'all should have watched it. But y'all can watch it now. You feel me? On Amazon, 100% Rotten Tomatoes, baby. Check me out. So yeah, he drops out, and he has 2 kids, and he like has 2 jobs, and is like struggling to stay awake in class. So the first scene was just him explaining like, why he can't leave the gang, and the teacher's like, oh, but you have a daughter. I thought once you have a daughter, you could leave. And then the kid's like, no, this ain't like the movies. Once you in the gang, you in the gang for life, blah, blah, blah. So it wasn't really hard, you know, for me, especially my background with Patterson and being in the type of environments I was being, to try to, like, you know, have this personality be mastered. So I'm not gonna bullshit you, it was a blessing for real. Everything was just very easy. It was very smooth. As soon as I did the audition, the casting director was like, that's perfect. Do you mind stepping out and reading for another character? Like, the script's right there. But that's great. Like, and then I come back in the room to start reading for the other character, and he goes, oh, Joseph, we decided that, you know, the other role is yours if you want it. But if you want to continue reading for this person, like, you could. But, like, the other role is yours. Just let us know. And I was like, let me get that. I didn't even want to read for the other person. I was like, let me get this dude, because that's the one I was rocking with when I read the script. I liked his character a lot. So then I did it. bro, I'm not gonna sit here and blast, you feel me? But they gave me a couple racks just to sleep, like, you feel me? It was a majority of the time I'll pull up the set and then they'd be like, what am I doing? You'd be like, oh, you're just putting your head down right there. And bro, it'd be sleep for the whole take. No god, they just paid me racks. I was like, I can do this shit, yes sir.
Shit, sign me up. Bro.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, nah, but it was very fun. It was my first movie, and like I said, it was very different from being, you know, on theater when it comes to the takes and stuff. Like, so it's very similar too, because you know you got the divas and stuff too, which like you see in the theater world too. But yeah, like I said, I feel like everything that I've been through, it just prepared me. Was like a little practice for what's to come. So
for sure. So describe how it was. You know, like now you got the role. Mm-hmm. They cast you. What's your first day on set look like?
Okay, so you know,
and where was it?
Had to take the bus from Jersey to New York. We filmed at, I think that's NYU. What school is by Washington State Park or Washington Square Park?
I think that's NYU.
Yeah, so we filmed in NYU, one of the classrooms, and we got there at like 7:30, and would stop filming around like 5, 6, and you walk in. It looks like a school because it is a school, and you go upstairs and they got these 2 rooms rented out. Everything is like, there's cameras in each corner, and then you got the tables where the kids are sitting, and then the desk or whatever. They're like, okay guys, we're all gonna be doing this scene. It's gonna be from pages 1 to 14. Like, we would have the little pre-test before, but like the little talk before, and then you get into the scene. You just listen to what the director telling you to do. He's not in the room. Like, he's watching on the screen outside the door and stuff. But, like, you could hear him. So he's, like, explaining what's happening, blah, blah, blah. And each take was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't a hard movie to film because a majority of the shots in the classroom were right there. I don't know if you watched it yet, but it's very... What's that dude's name? Damn, what's his name? He's like one of the white actors, Andy something. I forgot. It's not Warhol because he's the artist. Something like that. Andy Dick? Something like that. Nah. He's an old. Woody Allen. I'm sorry. There we go. Fuck. I said Andy Dick. His name Woody Allen. So it was like very like Woody Allen if he was a teacher kind of movie type thing. So yeah, it was very easy. I ain't gonna hold you that. Like I said, it was a blessing to get the role, to get paid what I got paid. Like, for it to be as smooth as it went, for it to make me feel like, wow, this is really what I want to do, what I knew I wanted to do. Like, that's why I also fuck with the book The Alchemist too. I don't know if you read that book before.
I have not, but now I'm gonna buy it.
But where it's like a big law of attraction thing type too. Like, they even say it in the movie, in the book, how I say like, oh, if you truly want something, the universe will help you conspire to get it. And his story is like, he's a shepherd who became a shepherd because his father wanted him to be a priest. He said, no, I don't want to be a priest, I'm going to be a shepherd. Then he starts getting all these sheep because there's this farmer in town that he'd be visiting that's saying if you give him like all his sheep, he'll let you marry his daughter. So he's like, fuck, I want to marry that girl, whatever. Then he, on his way to sell the sheep to the dude, and he meet this king. This king like, nah, fuck that. Don't go here, go to Africa, find all this shit. So then he go on this whole little adventure just to end up finding out that the treasure that he was looking for, whatever, was back where he started type shit. Like, it's a whole, you gotta read it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna spoil and stuff, but it's a very good book. But yeah, so that leads me back to the law of attraction and, you know, manifestation and all that shit, truly believing. Because, you know, I see it every day. Like, there's a lot of moments where I get deja vu. Be like, I really feel like I've been here before or whatever. Maybe it's the schizophrenia or some shit. Like, but I'll be like, wow, like, you know, you should have a certain feeling the way that you said that you feel like, you know, Jersey's coming up. Like, you get that feeling whenever you know, on your path doing what you got to do for real. Like, you could tell.
I respect the shit of it, bro. So do you have any, I guess, like, did you have to memorize a lot of the lines for the movie and stuff?
Memorization ain't really hard for me, and I think that's because of the acting growing up. But yeah, there wasn't too many. I think I had like 4 scenes to memorize. The majority of the time it was like real life shit. So like he'd be like, oh, I don't get it. Like, you want me to make a movie about me and my girl? Because, you know, my shawty was pregnant and shit. And he's just like, yeah, I mean, you know, we could have subtitles if your parents don't speak English. And I'm like, no, Mr. H, I don't think they're going to do that. You know, I'm tired of shit. Like, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It wasn't, like, too hard. Thank God I didn't have to do any fucking monologues and shit like that. But even if I did, like, I want to be on the show, bro. I'm not going to lie. Whether it be a series or movie where, like, they take it in a mental hospital, and I play one of them people who got like the 8 character, like what is it called, a multiple personality disorder. Like I would love some shit like that. Like that'd be fire.
You know what's funny? I could see you doing that, dude.
That shit
like,
be
even
tough,
even just
bro.
meeting you right now, dude. Because it's funny, bro. Like it's always great. Because the answer what you said before, like, oh, did I watch your movie? Actually, you know what's funny? I used to do a lot of research on my guests before they came in, and then I kind of realized I was like, sometimes you just you kind of get blinded to what they do, and it's like I'd rather kind of just find out what you're about myself, right? So I'll kind of like
big energy guy.
yeah, I'm like I like that.
I just want to know the vibe.
And it's not funny because so far, bro, like I'm like I didn't know what to expect when you came in. You know, you're mad, you know, talking like this, you know, we chilling all the time. But then all of a sudden you're like this, and I'm like, oh shit, my boy.
I do want to do voice acting for real. That's always something I've been wanting to do, like Rick and Morty type shit. You know Rick and Morty?
Hell yeah, bro.
Who don't know Rick and Morty? But that shit everywhere.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, voice acting would be great, man.
Yeah,
I'd love
fire.
that shit, bro. That's just great. Do you do any impressions? I'm not gonna put you on the spot.
No, but I do hear a lot of times that I sound like this person, sound like that person when I be trying to like alter my voice, but I don't necessarily go for impressions. So yeah, you missed me with that one, baby. I don't know. Like, give me somebody.
I don't know, dude. Fuck. It's a good. No, that's a fucking good question. That's crazy.
I could do well, hey, don't nah. One second. Nah, fucking me ain't doing this shit. No impressions.
That's Hank, right?
Yeah,
Hank,
like, hey, if you don't, we just seem to wanna do this thing we were trying to get you in the back for. Nah, no impressions for me. But yeah, I would love to do some voice acting shit.
You know what's funny? Are you into Star Wars at all?
I just had this conversation with somebody yesterday. I haven't watched the little what's that shit? I don't think it's Luke. Is it Luke?
Mandalorian.
No, I did watch Mandalorian. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't watch the little series that they're trying to make with
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, that's what it is. I haven't watched that,
Yeah,
and
I
I
caught
did
up
watch
with
Rogue
Rogue
One. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, you watched Rogue One,
Yeah.
but you don't know like the originals, right?
No, I do. I know the whole. You were my brother, Anakin. And he was like, I hate you. That was my shit. I'll fuck with the old one.
Did you ever watch the prequels?
The new prequels?
So no. So that's like yeah. That's like with the original Anakin, the original Obi-Wan. You know, do you know who Jar Jar Binks is?
Yeah.
I could do a Jar Jar Binks impression.
Let me hear it.
Yeah, I got you. Annie, Misa Jar Jar Binks.
I know what Jar Jar is. They be trying to say he the one who actually shot. Remember him saying he shot, or Greedo or whatever, he shot his solo. No
Hell yeah, bro. He's low-key a Sith Lord, bro. That's what
yeah,
I'm
yeah. He got that type of face. He just don't look right. There's something about that man. He a little
He's
too
a
nice.
goofball. He's
Yeah, he a little
goofball,
too goofy. That's a question I can ask you. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, of course,
Mr.
bro.
Beto, do you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens? Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell
I'm
yeah,
glad.
bro.
Welcome to
There's-
the brother. This universe too big for us to be the
Hell
only ones
yeah,
out here,
bro.
bro. And
You start looking at like, you know, like what, well, they actually just launched the new telescope, the I forget what it's called. I'm not gonna remember the name, but like for example, the Hubble telescope, right? It's like, let's say for example, like the mirrors they have on it is like this big. The new
it's like
one,
bigger, right?
the new one has 12 of those, right?
So
and they launched it like millions of miles into space and it had to open up.
You know what's crazy? We know more about the space. We don't know about the universe than we do about the ocean, and we live.
That's scary,
on
dude.
Exactly.
That's scary as shit.
Ain't
Because the
even trying.
ocean's huge as fuck, bro.
Yeah. And we can't get to a certain depth because our fucking heads will pop or some shit because of the altitude or whatever.
Facts. There's actually some things that are easier to get to in space than there is like to get like on Earth. Like I forget, there's this island. I forget exactly where it's on Earth, but it's like the most secluded island in the world. And like the only way you could get there is like a 3-day trip through like a boat. And like, dude, can you just and like it's in the middle of the fucking like sea.
Bro, they got an island of snakes. Just an island of whole snakes that you're not allowed to go to because it's that fucking dangerous. You get bit and like die.
That should be wild, bro. There's some crazy places on Earth. Bro. So you believe in aliens though?
Hell yeah. Like I said, the universe too big for us to be the only ones out here. And the government already said that UFOs exist. They tried to drop it when COVID was happening because y'all was all distracted and shit. But they said it like, yo,
Yeah.
there's been shit flying around us since 2005, and we just don't know what it is. Like, that ain't scary to y'all. Like, y'all was just
that's
like, oh,
weird.
okay. Like, hell no.
Yeah, that's
There's
just
definitely
hella
some
weird,
shit
bro.
out there, bro. For real, no crap.
Have you ever had any experiences with aliens?
Hell no. But if I did, brother, I would not be here. I'd be like, yo, we out. Like, what y'all gotta do? Y'all just make sure I can breathe up there, right? Say nah, but I ain't gonna hold you. This world, I don't want to be like, what did you call it? I don't want to be a pessimist, but like this world is gonna end eventually, for real. The way that we going about it, and you know all the wars and stuff. Like somebody really gonna try it one day, and we really gonna get fucked. But we need to step it up, folks. Everybody, we just gotta relax, you know what I mean? We gotta chill, you know what I mean? Welcome to the Ayo Chill podcast. I just gotta put the podcast on and relax, bro. Just think, like, we all gotta look out for each other, you know what I mean? They be trying to say, like, you live every day, like, you don't, like, you only live once. Like, no, you live every day, you only die once, you know what I mean? Like, not too many people are worried about what's gonna happen after. I think people need to start paying attention because we're not the only people here. Especially for the ones that have children and want to have children. Like, we got to have them left with something manageable because it's not going to get any better with the way we're at. You know, Jersey just passed a law where we got rid of plastic bags. No more plastic bags. So I might have to fucking move to Minnesota or some shit because I can't deal with it, bro. I can't.
You can't bring your reusable bag with you, bro?
Bro, you know what the thing about that is? It just look goofy, bro. I ain't going to lie.
You got to
Walking in
find
with your empty bag and then going to the fucking grocery store, filling that shit up. Like, it's cool and all, but like one of my bags already broke. You feel me? I put so much shit in there. Like, I'm a real one take person, you know what I mean? Like, even with the plastic bags, like, we gonna grab 8 of these hoes before I just take multiple trips, you know what I mean? We're taking all at once.
Dude, Balenciaga or Supreme comes out with one of those grocery bags.
They gonna have to.
Everybody's gonna be wearing it.
Oh
bro.
yeah, come on,
Everybody's
baby.
gonna be wearing it.
They would have bought that shit if you would have made a fake one. Anything for that.
That's hilarious, dude.
You seen the new Balenciaga bag where it's like fucking LED and it got a little projector in it that says Balenciaga at the bottom of the purse?
I ain't never seen that.
So like
bro.
the bag would be down, right? And then you pick it up and then it's like a little projector that shoots out Balenciaga. Like,
How much
they
is that
clean.
shit? Like $25K?
I wouldn't doubt it. Shit. You know how much the Birkins cost? Fuck.
You know what's funny? I did have I don't know if it was aliens, but I used to live on Lenox in Patterson. So that's right.
West Side?
No. That's like right by JFK.
The high school?
Yeah,
in the West Side.
Yeah,
in the West Side.
Yeah.
Patterson.
So I used to live on Lenox, and I was pulling out of my house one time, and I was driving out, and I look up into the sky, bro. I shit you not, bro. I saw like 3 orbs in the sky.
That's how they get you.
That shit freaked me out. Because
And then you woke up in the middle of a farm, butt naked.
Yo, my ass cheeks hurt, bro. That's crazy. I was pooping right for a week though. Like, no, I didn't even have to push, bro. That shit
They
just
hit you
came
with the
out.
MIB shit.
dude.
Yeah, I mean,
it was great. No,
nah,
it was
that's
great.
crazy though.
I remember driving, and I was driving to Little Falls on Union. I remember looking at it, and I was like, "Oh, those are just some planes, right?" Bro, I kept driving, and them shits weren't moving, and I was like, "I'm moving." So
I've
like,
seen
someone's
crazy
gonna-
shit like that
yeah,
too.
that's just wild.
Stars that just be like, or not stars, but shit that's like, all right, that gotta be a plane because it's not a star, and then the shit just not moving. Shit was weird as hell. I seen one above the New York skyline one time. That type of shit I seen, but I haven't seen no like, you know, UFOs or nothing flying through the sky. I haven't seen no shooting stars or nothing like that either. So, but
You ever been out to the mountains and look up like into the sky and just like you see the full Milky Way and everything?
That's something that I would love to do. The only places I've done them though has been very polluted, so you don't see as many stars. But like I haven't been to Grand Canyon or nothing like that. I've been a lot of places. Like I've been to Europe and you know the islands and shit. Bahamas. I just came back from Canada too. But like you know like Nevada, Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, like those type of places where there's not a lot of light pollution to see the stars and stargaze. I haven't done it yet, but I want to. But nope.
Word, yeah, because I'm Peruvian. That's my background. And one time on one of my trips to Peru, we went to this place called Huaraz. Huaraz is like in the middle of the fucking Andes Mountains out there, high up, no technology type shit. Like the little kids are paying for like it's like hourly. I think it's like 30 cents an hour, and it's like they're playing on the old Windows machines, 97s, the big box ones. And they have a whole room of it. And the guys like charging everybody, and they're playing old games and shit. But I'll never forget because deadass like every night they'd have some big bonfire, right? And we'd be sitting there, bro, and you see all the stars. You can see the Milky Way,
That's
everything,
fire.
bro. And it's like, damn, it's like they back in the day, like everybody used to look at this shit like it was regular. You know what I mean? But we
That was
got-
their TV, folks.
yeah, dude. And it's wild. And you can see like a whole bunch of shit moving in the sky, bro. It's scary because you be thinking about it, bro. One meteor is all it takes.
Bro, you seen Don't Look Up?
I haven't seen it. I wanted to watch
That's
it.
exactly
bro.
what that shit about, bro. It's this big ass meteor heading toward Earth, and they all die.
Yeah, dude. So talk to me about a little bit like, so how does music now play into like all of this?
Well, the interesting about music is that everybody has an opinion. The same way that there was a point in time where I didn't like doing comedy stuff during competition because not everybody has the same type of humor. And at least with drama, like everybody knows how it feels to be sad or upset or like, you know what I mean, very dramatic, like going through intense things. But with music, it's like being you. I mean, I heard it a lot with the people that you talk to on podcasts. Like finding yourself and your sound is the most important thing first, because at the end of the day, if you're not doing that, you're just gonna sound like all the other people that's making music, and that's a big problem that's been happening now. I feel like music's a lot more saturated than ever, especially in the rap community, because rap has become the new rock. And the way that rock was is like it started heavy metal, blah, blah, blah. And now we got all these types of rocks, you feel me? Now we got all these types of raps, you feel me? It's not only boom bap rap, there's like hype hop rap and all this other stuff. So when it comes to making music, it's just a matter of trying to be me, but also do things that I enjoy. So the process for my music is just creating worlds that I haven't seen done yet, and that I envy. I want to say envy, but like really like was fond of. So I just made a concept album about Charles Manson, I think like during the COVID era, even though we're still going through it, but you know, maybe 5 years people can be like, what's COVID? So during the COVID era, and I just was very amazed at the idea that this dude Charles Manson got arrested for murder, but he never killed anyone. You know what I mean? He had people kill for him because they were in love with him, whatever, like they were part of his family, that cult fan base type shit.
Word.
That's something I was like, wow, that's tough. Then you look more into it, and then you got all the conspiracy theories about like, oh, did the CIA have him in the MK Ultra program when they was giving people LSD, trying to like mind control people? That's how LSD was created too. Like, I ain't gonna lie, we done had some problems with the yabbies, I ain't gonna hold you, but yeah, it was definitely a point in time where I was just like, wow, like living the type of shit that I had wanted to do and see. I was making the type of stuff that I had wanted to hear. That's something that I make with music now. I make songs that I want to hear, stuff that I haven't heard yet. I'm like, wow, like nobody's done this yet. They bugging, like this shit fire type shit. So that's what I'm doing with, or that's what I did with the Manson album. But then when it comes to dropping albums that's more personal, like my Purple album, the I Don't Know Fuck It one, and that album isn't really a concept or nothing. It's just, you know, me and what I've been going through. That's something I'm doing with my new album that's coming out, All Dogs Go to Heaven, where it's like it's not as easy to come up with the concept or build the world because it's me, you feel me? I'm doing the work for it. So now it's just more personal. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if you were in my life throughout those 2-3 years where I was making the album, you'll definitely know everything that I'm talking about and blah, blah, blah. Like, you'll hear it. It's almost like a letter in some ways when I write or when I create music that's more personal to me, which is something that I've been enjoying doing more. I've been kind of getting away from the rapping and just started making more songs because I've been having more fun making songs, because I've been making songs like in my head or whatever since a kid. So it's very easy for me to like have a melody and all that extra stuff. So the process isn't as hard as it once was, but it's definitely still a process that I gotta perfect.
Word, dude. And how did you like? There's always a level where you know you step up and you know you get into a studio. Are you doing like mostly of this stuff at home, like you know, or are you going like studio to studio? Are you going to any professional studios?
So even to right now, I always start making my drafts at home. You know what I mean? Because I feel more natural there, whatever. But yeah, I've been investing in myself, going to different studios since maybe the beginning of Manson. Anything before Manson was a majority done at my house, maybe 1-2 songs off the tapes that were dropped before Manson were at the studio. But like now I started investing in myself. So at first I was going to Rush Studios, which was I don't want to get the address wrong, but you could just look it up. Rush Studios in New Jersey. Shout out Rush. They worked with a lot of good people, Grammy nominated. You know what I mean? Trippie Redd, Coil Ray, all that stuff. Worked in the Spider-Man animated movie.
Sick. That's
Like
sick.
they got a couple good people there. And then now I've just been chilling at So Amazing, which is the studio that Fetty, IVJ, Naya engineer. I don't know if she still do, but that's one where I met one of my favorite engineers that I ever worked with. His name's Asai. Shout out to my boy Asai. He's out in Cali right now working with a lot of big names too. I ain't gonna hold you, he's doing real good. But yeah, me and Asai had like really good chemistry. So when I met him at So Amazing, which is where I made the majority of the All Dogs Go to Heaven tape, a lot of those songs were just like very organic and very like, he just made it super easy, bro. Like you come to Asai with a vision, he'll take care of that shit for you. Like that's my dog for real.
Is Asai from Patterson too?
He's from Jersey. I don't want to
he's
say
from Jersey.
specifically from Patterson because I don't want to get it wrong, but I know he's from Jersey. He might be from Patterson as well. I
Word,
ain't gonna
word.
hold you, but
That's
he's
what's
definitely
up.
from Jersey. But he just flew out to LA. He's out there right now because you know opportunity comes knocking.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, like that's why. That's a big thing, you know. Like with a lot of artists that like I see and I meet. You know, it's like they be getting out of Jersey, bro. They be getting out of Jersey, and
Jersey got this like crab in a bucket mentality sometimes, brother. Like, and it sucks that it is like that way. That's why we try and change it up. But yeah, like it's very hard to support people in Jersey without the first thing being in the head, like, oh, this nigga whack. Oh, this dude trash. Like, blah 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 blah. You feel me? Like,
So what are the biggest things that you think Jersey is lacking in order for artists and people to succeed?
Collaboration and support go a long way. Whether it's just I think I seen it on your podcast where somebody was talking about something. Oh, if I don't post within 2 weeks or 2 months, like this person will post, and then he'll send some people my way. I'll send some people his way, and then when I post, like I'll send some people his way. He'll send some people my way. Like you see it low key happening. Like there's little moments. Like I don't know if you know of Bandman Real out of Newark, but he low key starting this little Jersey club drill sound, and like him and Fetty just like did a collaboration and stuff. So like stuff like that is cool, but that's what's more needed. Like we just need to start uplifting each other. At the same time, I understand, you feel me, because people get in that mentality where it's just like, I gotta win. Like you feel me, like I gotta win. You know what I mean? I got people to take care of, whatever. So it's hard to do that while still trying to, bring everybody together, because you don't want, God forbid, you lift somebody up and then they get bigger than you. Like, you feel me? So I don't know. There's just a lot of work to be done. I don't know exactly how they do it. I know a couple places do it right, like Atlanta and Florida for sure, especially in the music scene. Like Atlanta and Florida been bugging for a grip. We're going through the same problem that like New York people have. In New York, everybody want to be king in New York, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, like, we don't got that credibility yet. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I don't think we do have the credibility. But at the same time, I think we could build something that's different than what everybody has.
that's for sure.
New York's strong in the hip hop scene, and then I think their other scenes are strong, but just because there's so many places to perform in New York, right? So you'll have all these tiny crowds.
Yeah, like you
forming
got
there.
SOBs and shit like that.
Yeah, SOBs. I think there's another one. It's called Little. It's not called Little Grannies. I forget what it's called. But you got the Bowery as well. I know a lot of hip hop people go and perform there. But like, I feel like there's a diversity in Jersey that like a lot of people don't just appreciate. Like especially the people who I've talked to recently, and like even future people who I'm gonna have on the podcast. There's like the rock scene and the punk scene is definitely strong in Jersey. You know what I mean? The hip hop scene is kind of tough because there's not too many places where you could perform and actually bring a crowd. You know what I mean? I've been to some shows in Patterson, but every time I go there, I'm just like, it's alright. You know what I mean? It's alright.
I ain't gonna lie. American Meta did something in the Art Factory where it was just like a beginning. You feel me? A little starter party just to see how that shit would work. It was an event, and the crowd was good there, but there was no like music being performed. It was music being played, like from DJs and stuff. But I was thinking in my head like, yo, this would be amazing to have like a show here. You feel me? Like it was a lot of people. Like it was very, very unique to see, something in Patterson being done like that. So I gotta give my shout outs out to my people again like that. But yeah, I seen it. It's definitely possible. And then I seen like bad versions. I want to say bad versions, but like you feel me? It's this little studio. It's like in the back. It's like in the back by where like trucks and shit are. you pull up in, you walk down the staircase, and
I
it's
know
like
exactly what
somebody's
you're talking
basement. I
about.
forgot the name of it.
I know exactly what you're talking
But
about.
yeah,
You walk in and
you
then
walk
there's like a
in and
little
there's like a
room
little
there.
room right there, then the studio on the left right there. That's hella cramped
I've been
and
there
shit.
too,
I forgot
bro.
what the fuck it's called.
I forget what it's called too, bro.
But yeah, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
dude, I know
Real
exactly.
Jersey
I've been there before.
Yeah, feel me?
It's a
That's a
small
hole
world,
in the
bro.
wall,
Yeah,
bro. No
dude.
cap. But
Yeah, dude. I've been there before, and like I said, it was popping. But you know, it's crazy because I feel like it's hard for people to really like. Number one, it's not good enough anymore to just put up some monitors, have a DJ, and just play your music.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck? Like, are you just performing your song? Like, are we showing and telling? Or are we performing a show?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, what are you like? Is this a show? Is this an experience? Like, I'm not over here to see my friend just get up on a mic and spit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we all love that, bro. We all want to support, but it's like, what experience am I getting here that I'm not getting from anywhere else?
And that's why I'm very appreciative of the artists that I do look up to that's in the industry now, especially being a theater kid, because I know that once I get in that position, I can't wait to start creating, like, you feel me, sets and shit the same way that my boy Tyler the Creator does. Like, I don't know if you've seen a lot of his little tours and stuff now, but
Yeah.
he especially has been doing very like interactive things with his sets and stages and stuff. So that's something that I can't wait to do personally too, being in the theater, just being very interactive. We gonna make it a show, bro. Let's make it a show. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, we gotta build with what we can. And there's points of times where I do think about doing that. Like, I want to go to New York and just put down like one of those speakers and shit, because I have songs that ain't only rap. So you feel me? Just be like one of them people you see in the subway singing and shit. But then, like how you said, it's like, what am I doing? Just staring at somebody with a mic, blah, blah, blah. Like, this isn't a show or whatever. It is like that, but it's also exposure, you know what I mean? Especially at the beginning. So it's kind of hard to pick and tell and know which one is the best to do until you gotta try them all. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I can't wait for show. Just to be on a bigger scale, with the shit.
I feel like once the right minds get together and really start doing something for the people, then a lot of things are going to start changing in Jersey.
It's a fact.
And like you said, collaboration, people getting their minds together, and I think it's just setting the foundation. Are you into any sports at all?
Let's talk about my motherfucking Warriors and how they done got me a little bag with this finals. Because everybody was trying to pump fake, like, yo, Celtics got it, bro. Jason Tatum nasty, bro. Blah, blah, blah. And I ain't gonna hold you. They good, you feel me? I never said that the Celtics was bad. I just said they haven't been experienced enough to run with the vets. And guess what happened? Warriors in 6, baby. Stop playing with my guys. You know what I mean? Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time. So, yeah, I'm into, like, basketball now. I grew up playing baseball. And that's it. So I'm kind of into sports, but not too. I'm a theater kid, brother.
No, I get it. Man. I get it. It's funny because I like to describe what Jersey needs in the form of sports. You know, you're gonna have so many rappers, actors, performers, people who want to come up, but if there's no foundation for them to grow, then we can't continue to grow our shit here in Jersey. If we keep cherry picking who's good, we're always going to cherry pick those people and send them out. And we're never going to build anything here, And it's no hate to anybody who's successful now. And I actually think we're not at the point yet where we could just start building, like, from ground up and, like, have big acts and stuff like that. It's something that we need to build.
Like I said, we don't got credibility yet.
Yeah,
brother.
for sure. And it's like, in sports, when somebody starts training, what age do they start training at? You know what I mean? You talk about middle school, right? Then they go to these basketball camps. Some people do the what's it called again? The traveling teams, right?
Yeah, travel teams. Yeah.
But out of how many of those kids make it to the NBA? You know what I mean? How many of the kids make it to college? And even in college, how many of those kids in college make it to the NBA? But then also,
very slim.
How many of those kids become mentors? How many of those kids also set up the next generation? How many of those kids become coaches? That's important. And it's like over here, it's like, artists, you know what I mean? You got artists that are like, they should be learning the ins and outs of the industry as young as they can, And then if those artists don't make it, that's dope. Some of them will be voice teachers. Some of them will be, giving the advice to the next generation to make it.
Right.
Not
or
like
they be the fucking managers and shit. Like,
the managers, exactly. It's like once we start building that foundation of the industry here in Jersey, everything will change. But it's kind of crazy because I don't see that from the biggest players right now. You know what I mean? I just see them focusing on like who got talent. And let's make money off of them. and I think that's the problem.
That's the industry, though.
I think
Especially now.
I think the love is missing from Jersey, dude. The love and the money grab is everything. You know, it's funny, like, bro, we could talk about this podcast, bro. I haven't made a dime.
I haven't made working. I be seeing podcasts every day, bro. I'll be checking you out on socials
I appreciate
and shit, bro.
it. I appreciate it,
that
bro.
with it, no,
you know, I haven't made a dime off of this, but why? It's because I want to talk to artists like you. I want to talk to people who are trying to bring up this shit and give them a voice and give them a platform to talk about themselves. You know, I know I'm doing a lot of talking right now, but I'm just, I just
like
mad passionate. No, it's perfect. It's perfect. You know, I think this is exactly what needs to change. And it's funny, when I was talking to my boy Winter Break, you know, he was talking about going out to Cali, and I was like, do it, bro. Get the fuck out of here, because we're not ready for you yet. But when you come back, when you up there and you come back, you're going to see something completely different in Jersey. And I think by the time, like, you know, like, I don't know how many years it's going to take, but there's definitely a lot of people right now that I'm networking with right now, bro, who want to change the game, bro. I got this one boy, his name's Turkish Royale, bro. He's lit, bro. He's been getting, he like, before COVID, bro, he was getting shows of like 350 people showing up for local artists. An all local artist show getting 300 people.
That's good.
You know what I mean? That's wild. And that, his shit would be crazy. He said he had vendors and shit. I still got to look more into like what he's doing. He's trying to get that shit popping again this summer.
Shit,
he runs a business called Mad Minds. Mad Minds event. That's what it's called. So, you know.
Check it
but
out.
seeing stuff like Mad Minds, seeing stuff like American Meta, and them trying to put shit together, you know what I mean? It's all about consistency. You know what I mean? And really getting the people out there. You know what I mean? Because I fuck with American Meta, right? But when was the last time you heard about American Meta?
The last event that they did, wherever that was a little bit ago.
Yeah, dude. But that's a perfect example of what can be done. You know what I mean? And it's trying to find the people who are willing to sacrifice themselves to fucking get it going. You know what I mean? Because this podcast is not stopping anytime soon,
Yeah,
bro.
I see you, brother.
You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it going until fuck we go broke. We go fucking broke, bro. Motherfucker.
Never.
I had to sling dick on the street. And you know, in Patterson, someone's gonna be taking it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I know exactly the street to send you on, too. You ever heard of Ellison, my boy, right there about it at McDonald's?
Bro, I'm about to make hundreds, bro. God damn.
Yeah, introduce us to some change, you know what I mean? That's just what we do in the industry.
God. So tell me, you know, you mentioned it before a lot. I haven't asked you about it yet. You said you keep talking about the ship. What are you, a sailor? Or,
oh, okay. So you feel me? Right now, I got me a little doctor job. I'm out here like, what's that one dude, Neil Patrick Harris, in that one show? He was like a kid doctor. Now I'm swabbing for COVID. Shout out COVID. Not shout out to COVID, but my past 2 jobs just came from COVID. So you feel me? Let's keep this COVID train rolling. You feel me? As long as everybody stays safe doing it. But yeah, so they got me on cruise ships right now, 3 different companies. I don't want to like say them. Fuck it.
No, you good.
Carnival, Norwegian, and Caribbean. You feel me? And I'm out here COVID swabbing for them. So it's very interesting. Like I said, I get to travel for free and stuff as long as the job gets done. But yeah, I've been doing that for like 2 months now. So it's been pretty good. I've been home away a long time, probably like 3 weeks at a time stuff.
It's been fun though. Like, have you been able, like you said, you just came back from the Bahamas. Did you actually get to stay out there?
Yeah,
and do shit?
Royal Caribbean got their own island. It's called Coco Cay, like a private island. So we pull up to the island. Bro, you have as many mozzarella sticks, chicken sandwiches, and cookies as you want type shit. You're right there in the Bahamas. You got all the frozen drinks and shit. Like, that shit was lit, bro. You got, like, water warm as hell. Like, they did a good-ass job with that island. And when you're seeing it from the boat, because at the beginning we couldn't get off because of COVID or whatever. So you're seeing it from the top floor of the boat, and it looks small. You're just like, oh, like, that's cool. It's a little private island. But then when we was walking through it, bro, you had to take a whole little, they got little trams through the island. Like, that shit was fire. It was very fun. But yeah, we went to Canada too, but I didn't get off the boat in Canada because where we were in Canada wasn't nothing crazy. And it was cold and shit. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's dope. So how did you even get into like a job like that, dude?
The same way that I got an agency for acting, I got an agency for all this medical stuff. So my agency hooked me up with the company that's doing
medical
right
stuff.
now.
Are you have you done something medical or
yeah? I mean, like I said, I'm just very blessed. I don't know exactly how this opportunity happened, but I got into the agency. I wish I could tell you about. I'll probably tell you after this shit about all the lucky shit that's happening to me. But
bro, fuck it, bro.
very blessed. Like my life a movie, bro. Like sometimes I'll be like, I'm the main character, but no, you feel me? There's definitely people that is like the main character for real. I don't know. I'm a side one for sure right now, but so I just got lucky enough to start working in the agency. They hooked me up with this one job in a lab. I was at Quest Diagnostics when I was doing specimen management, which is like we would get the COVID samples and then make sure it's that person and then put them aside. Like, you feel me? Stickers would come out, you put them on the whatever, and then you put them aside. Easy stuff. Just doing that for a year. Contract ended. Then I wasn't working since February this year. And then the agency hit me up like, yo, you want to work on a cruise? I was like, fuck yeah. And then I started, they was like, oh, they're looking for people who swap for COVID. You swap for COVID? I was like, yeah. I was in California too for Rolling Loud with a couple of my friends, and one of them needed to be COVID swapped. So I was like, yeah, I do got experience.
Yeah.
I swapped for COVID before. And then I was like, damn, I'm going to have a roommate. And they're like, no, you're not going to have a roommate. You're going to have your own room, free food or whatever. I was like, yeah, get me on there, bro. And I've been on there ever since. Shout out Royal Caribbean. You feel me?
That's great, dude. That's great. Hell yeah. So you went to the Bahamas, Canada?
Canada. It's only been like a month and a half, 2 months. So I haven't been, like, the majority of the time, the cruise has been going to the same spot. Like the 4 weeks I was on, we was going to Bahamas each time. It was the same cruise type shit. But now that the new company got them or whatever, it's 3 different lines now. So I could probably be like, all right, let me go on this one because they're going here type shit. But I don't know yet. We'll see.
How is it, like, you know, just being on the cruise and stuff? Like, what does your work look like? You just swap people over there?
Yeah, we swap people, get the results up, blah, blah, blah.
What hours you work?
It depends. Like, especially on the cruise that I was on, it was a big boat. So we would swap like 400 people a day. And it'd be from like 6, 7. Sometimes we would start at 1. But we wouldn't be there long. Like, I remember that 1 week when it was only 6 of us. It was supposed to be like 10 type stuff. We got out latest like 10, 11. But I know that my coworkers from the week before that, when they only had 6, 7, they said that they was there till 12. So it depends. You could get a lot of hours, like 40 hours for sure, maybe more.
And you get to chill on the boat after that?
Yeah, once you off of work, you do whatever you want, bro.
So what is there on the boat?
Everything. I ain't gonna lie, on the boat I was on, it was Oasis. That shit like New York on the boat, bro. They got this pizza spot that's open till like 2 in the morning. They got Central Park, which is like they got real trees and shit in there. You can play chess and shit. Yeah, that shit lit. They got all these shops. They got the little wave rider, rock climbing, zip lining. They had a lot of shit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Shout out Oasis for real, cause that shit was lit. All my people and the main dining in Oasis, y'all doing a bang up job for real. Like, but yeah, it was really fun. You could do whatever you want. Like, the only things that you couldn't really do was the excursions because like you get treated as a guest because we're guest contractors. But like, you feel me? The guests who pay for everything, like obviously they pay for an excursion, which is like the swimming with the pigs at Coco Cay. Like, you feel me? You can't do that, but that's fine. Like, you're not there for that. You're there to work, but you still get to, you know, get off the boat and chill and like go to the clubs and shit that they had on the boat. Like, the club was fun. That was the first time. I'm not even a club head like that, but you're on the boat, ain't shit else to do. Me and my friends, my coworkers would be like, fuck it, we out to Blaze. And we was running Blaze, bro. We was in that bitch Jersey fucking fist bumping and shit. Shit was tough.
That's lit, bro. Yeah. That's super sick. So have you ever thought about like doing like the acting on the cruise boats? Have you ever seen those shows?
You know what's crazy? One of my friends who I won competition with, her name is Aja. She's actually on a boat right now for Carnival doing performances. And it making me think like, yeah, I would want to. But then, remember I told you I saw cats on the boat. I'm not doing no fucking cats, bro. So I don't know what I would do on the boats if I was to do acting. But if it was something like, you know, that I'd enjoy, then for sure I would do it. Yeah, 100%. I'd rather be performing on the boat than swabbing for COVID on the boat. Like, I still want to do the shit I want to do. I'm just doing this job because I'm not going to settle for shit that I don't want to do. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, bro.
Like, I'm not that type of person.
I definitely feel that, you know. I think there's a certain, you know, it's weird. I hear it back and forth and different advice from everybody. Some people are like, yo, say yes to everything because you never know where it's going to leave. And it's like, I agree with that for the most part.
Yeah, you could tell, though, for sure. Like, that's not bad advice. It's
but
just
I don't know what Cats is going to do.
Exactly. You know what I mean? We ain't fucking with cats, bro. God, don't bring me with that shit. Like, no.
Bro, it is crazy, dude, because I knew some people, some theater people in my life, bro. You ever meet some theater kids who are crazy about cats?
Never. Thank
dude,
God.
Bro, you bless them, bro. Because I know some people, bro, who was like crazy about cats, bro. Like, they would let us come up to me and they're like,
Jalisco Cats
musical?
Jalisco Cats only cry at sunrise, and we rejoice in the alley on midnight.
Yo, we was having a drinking game in that bitch. Every time they said Jalisco, we was fucked up by the end of that shit. No cap. We was walking away like, damn, is this the ship rocking or Nah, it was fucking crazy, cat's ass. But nah, yeah. I'm not gonna say there's bad advice to say and say yes to everything, because at the beginning, for sure, if you see an opportunity, hop on the opportunity. But then you need to realize that not every opportunity is something that is good for you. You feel me? In the industry, you do need to watch out. There's gonna be a lot of people who try to use you. You know what I mean? And it's just for self gain. Like how I said at the end, I gotta win, that little mentality. But it just really depends, bro. Like, you staying true to yourself, you believe who you are. If your intuition is really there, when you know personally like something's right or something's wrong, like just do what you think is best for you. But at the same time, you know, keep your head up. You know what I mean? Always be looking out. But word, you just gotta be careful out here, for real. It's a scary world.
So how does it work with where do they pick you up for the cruise?
On the port. So it'd be in this port in Jersey. Every time we be leaving from Jersey, the boat would go right under, I think that's the George Washington Bridge or some shit, and then it'd be like 3 inches from hitting the fucking.
That's wild.
I got a video of it. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's like one wave and you fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you and Titanic in this bitch. Like, God. And about my PlayStation 5 on there too. It would have sunk, bro. It would have been sick. I was like, I got my medicine in my bag. You feel me? I need to bring this with me.
Yo, bro, so talk to me about what's next for you. Actually, one thing I actually didn't even ask before. TRIH.
You gonna ask me what it mean?
Oh yeah, bro.
Oh man, that was the little secret. So
or if it's a secret,
nah,
bro,
it's not.
secret, bro.
It's an acronym, right? Because the thing is, you feel me? I might pull a little winter break one of these days and just go for the name change. I just don't know what fits yet. Because a lot of people, when I would book shows and shit, would call me JD Paradox because that's my Instagram name, right?
Word.
But when I was first started making music, I was listening to this J. Cole song, and he go, "The real is here, the veil is here." So I was like, the real is here. I like that. TRIH. Like, you feel me? It's an acronym for that. So it's try. But I don't know. Like, it's very annoying trying to go around with that as the name, because people would say tree. Like, I have it on my Call of Duty name. So everybody would be like, tree, yo, where you going? You gotta shoot over here, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's not my shit. It's not my shit. But I don't know. So yeah, I might change it in the future, but try stands for the real is here, because I'm trying to do a little bit of everything. I don't really, like I said, consider myself a rapper anymore. I'm trying to I'm not trying to, like, I would consider myself an artist at this point with the amount of shit that I'm trying to do within the industry. I would have only subjected to rapping, but we'll see. Like, for right now, it's Try or TRIH or JD Paradox or Joe or whatever you want to call me. I'm not going to be like, hey, that's not my name. But
Word. I always feel like it's kind of hard, with like choosing a name and kind of like dealing with it, like for me, like obviously I'm Luis, right? But I also go by Beto, and Beto is just like it's a nickname for Alberto, which is my middle name. And me, my dad, my uncle, and my cousin, we all have the exact same name. Like, I shit you, first, middle, and last, all the exact.
Oh,
same
so you're
name.
like a third?
Yeah, I'm like basically like a fourth, except my cousin and my uncle, they have a different middle name, right?
Got you.
So my dad, they can't call Luis. We all named Luis, right? So my dad's Tito, my uncle is Lalo, my cousin, he stick with the first name, they just call him Luis, and for me they call me Beto. And my mom always called me Beto. So it has a close place in my heart. And I was just like, fuck it. I was like, if I want to be called anything, I was like, the most respectful thing you could do is call me what my mom called me. So I just went with Beto. I put the little period after it because I was just like, that's it. Because I didn't want people to be like, yo, Beto O'Rourke? And I was like, nah, motherfucker.
See, my thing with that is that my mother called me Joe. And when I was growing up in school, I didn't want people to call me Joe. Because you feel me? I was like, only my family called me that. So then I would just say, call me Joseph. But then growing up, I just let people call me Joe because it's easier. Like, especially in high school, people be like Joe, or even on work, they'd be like Joe. And I'm like, I bet. I wish my name was like Kendrick Lamar or Tupac Shakur or something significant. Because Joseph Diaz sounds good as, like, you see that maybe in a movie or some shit, but like as an artist, and be like, want to go see Joseph Diaz? Like,
yeah. Or you could put like
JD.
Like Joey Badass,
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you could do a play on that. Like Joey Badass, what would that be like? Joe Good Dick?
Dojo Dog. Dojo Dog. Come on, man.
No, man. Just Just pick something and fucking stick with it. Yeah, no, it's definitely hard though. You know, and it's weird too because you ever have like, you know, people meet you, you know, for the first time. Some people calling you like this.
You know,
name,
they'd be
some
like,
people calling
JD, I
this-
swear to God. Be like, yo,
Yeah.
JD Paradox. There's a couple people that, you know, that I fuck with that be doing clothing shit. And they see me at the thrift store over here and shit. They'd be like, yo, JD Paradox. I'd be like, I definitely know they know me from Instagram, but that should be weird as hell sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
So, my boy, we actually coming pretty close to the end of the podcast. But I did have a couple more questions. Is that cool
Yeah,
with you?
you got me, brother. I'm here with you.
Oh, my boy. So, what advice do you have for people who are trying to come up in the acting game?
This is advice that could be used for anything, but just staying consistent, trusting yourself, work hard. The work is never done, for sure. Like, one thing you're going to use for one role could definitely be used in another. Always remember that at the same time, no character is the same. So always do your best to, you know, do little things that are unique to whatever role you're doing. Know that this shit is not going to be easy, but you will probably have a moment where it's going to be coming at you fast, because that's how this stuff in the industry does go. Everything moves a lot faster. Just be prepared, for sure. Just stay ready, stay consistent, work hard, and be prepared, for sure. That's it. You know?
All right, bet, bro. I have one more question for you, my boy. What is up next for you?
It's a very good question. We got, I don't know whether to call it a tape or an album, but we got All Dogs Going to Heaven, or All Dogs Go to Heaven. That's going to be the next project that drops. I would love to have it released before the end of this year, but all I'm really waiting for now is just getting music videos done for them, because the album's done. So I guess you could say we got music videos coming, the album coming, trying to get this acting back on track. So if there's any other roles or things that of that nature to talk about, hopefully get those done as well. And just living life, bro. Like, I would say traveling and all that, but I'm doing that pretty much already. So in the meantime, I'm just enjoying what's to come, because I can't really complain about too much right now. The work is working, you know, feel me? So we'll see. But everything in motion. You'll probably be hearing a lot more, hopefully soon. But for sure, I could tell you that we got the videos and the tape coming out, for sure.
Word, my boy. Dude, it's been a pleasure having you on the podcast.
Hey, yo, chill. Yo, chill.
Thanks for coming on, bro. I literally, I did not know what to expect to get today, bro. But bro, I'm really happy you came on, dude.
Me too. Thank you for having me, brother.
Please let the people know where they could find you, any shout outs, handles, whatever.
Yo, shout out to all my boys. I'm talking Benji, Ant, Sam, Loomis, Reese. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to my boy Chopper once again. Y'all can find me on my Instagram, JD Paradox. In the bio of my Instagram, I have the link tree that shows you literally everything else. If you want fucking Twitter, Spotify, Apple, literally anything, you can find it on my Instagram, JD Paradox. But yeah, it's your boy. Shout out to my boy Beto again. Make sure y'all show him some love, like, comment, share, all that shit. For real, we live. Shout out Jersey.
Shout out Jersey, bro. And guys, y'all already know the business. Ayo Chill Podcast, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, fucking OnlyFans. I don't know, bro. Go subscribe to all that shit. Leave a like, leave a comment, guys. And yeah, my boy, let's get the fuck out of here.
Stay safe, drink some water. Take care, y'all.
Sick, my dude. Fuck yeah, bro. That was smooth as fuck.